There are plenty of places online that you can pick up free royalty-free sound effects from, which is great, but you can't always find what you're looking for, and I find it's often way more satisfying to create your own. All you need is an audio recorder. I use the Zoom H2, which I picked up a few years ago for under £130, but use whatever you've got. A lot of filmmakers think that your visuals are the most important part of a movie, but if your sound's really awful, then your film becomes unwatchable. In reality, audio makes up about 70% of your movie, so getting it right is a top priority. Always keep an ear out for interesting sounds. Don't wait until you need a sound effect and then go looking for it. Record as much as you can and start building up your own sound effects library. Ambient sounds are always useful. A clock ticking in an otherwise silent room, street sounds, birds singing the dawn chorus. And if you have, say, a thunderstorm, get out there with your audio recorder and capture it. You never know when you might need it. It also helps to get creative. Sure, if you need the sounds of rustling foliage, you can go out and rustle some foliage, but then you run the risk of capturing ambient noise that you don't really want. It's often better to find something else that will make the sound you want that you can record in a controlled environment, like I did here simply using a plastic bag. Or like this grenade pin pull, which is actually the sound of a lighter. You probably know this technique as Foley, named after Jack Donovan Foley, who started it all back in 1927 at Universal Studios at the dawn of the talking pictures. I use Foley a lot now and often produce my entire audio track in post-production. Here's an example from my Film Fights winner Hide and Seek. I needed to create a werewolf transformation but didn't have the time or money for amazing visual effects, so I decided to do it almost entirely with audio. Here's how I built it up. I looked around the house for items that I thought might make the sounds I wanted. I ended up with some plastic packaging, a hairbrush, not mine I might add, and a nail brush. For the hair growing out of my sleeve I used the nail brush. Then I used the hairbrush for the joint popping effect. And topped it off by scrunching the plastic packaging to make bone cracking sounds. I then added some vocal sounds of me in pain, which I lowered the pitch on sort of halfway through, so it matched a sound effect that I got from sweetsoundeffects.com of like a werewolf growl. I then topped it off with some royalty-free music, and here's the end result. To start off your own sound effects library, I recorded some storm sounds that I uploaded to SoundCloud. Feel free to download those and use them in your private or commercial projects. All I ask is a credit. There'll be some links down below to those. But if you're looking for royalty-free sound effects that you can't create yourself, try sweetsoundeffects.com. I use them quite a lot. It's Zach King's website of Final Cut King fame, and all the sounds are pretty good there. Also, my friend James from Blink Farm has some great gun sound effects and storm sound effects that you can download and use, so go and check those out. You can also find me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter if you like. I'll put some links in the description. Well, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. Sure, if you need the sounds of rustling foliage. Sure, if you need the sounds of rustling.